Hello. Why is these not fitting like I just haven't had no one? All right. Good evening, y'all. Welcome to this thing. Welcome to uh, Instagram. Welcome. I got something I want to talk about tonight. What what I, what I need to help people understand at all times that in fact it is my job to be an advocate for fathers as well as men of color, because there seems to be a myth, there seems to be a theory going around that that all the women that are having kids, women in the black community who has the highest um, last to get married, first um, having their second and third child, only to Spanish women when it comes to their first child, but the Spanish women they make up for this horrible stat because they end up getting married to their fathers of their children 98% of the time. So there is a myth that is going around not just in the black community, but it's oozed out into the world that black men are just the worst. People, I'm here to tell you that no other ethnic group, worse men, get pussy. That's just something only in the black community. Let me say that again. There's no other ethnic group where the worst men get pussy. Okay? So if you can believe that, if you can understand that, then if you can understand why that is, you teaching me something, and I'll be the first to tell you I got an extremely high IQ. So welcome. Um, I want to talk about the gift, and I want to talk about the curse. People, I'm going to tell you that you'll be hard pressed to find um, women, especially in the community you guys call black. You'll be hard pressed to find a woman that don't understand that having a baby is the ultimate gift you can give to a man. That is the ultimate gift. Um, having uh, getting pregnant by one guy, then getting pregnant by another guy means that somebody don't understand the parameters. They don't understand the dynamics of family. They don't understand the dynamics of family unity, and they don't understand men. It's out of convenience, where recklessness is because in the community you guys call black, men, we are um, of somewhat of a last tier individual. So I'm going to talk about that tonight. Um, and I'm going to talk about that because um, being a father can be both a gift and a curse. So we'll start it off like this. People, I hold in my hand this book. The name of this book, When Dads Cry. This book was written by the individuals that you are listening to and the individuals that you see, depending on which form you are hearing me on. I am the author of this book. I wrote this book in 4 days. And when I wrote the book in 4 days, I did not self publish. I wrote the book and I shopped it around. And I got a publication and distribution deal. I want to make mention to that because I'm trying to tell you that I didn't just write a book and slap it together, and now I'm trying to take some credit for putting something out there that is trying to give an understanding with a 100% based on my perspective. The book was read. I submitted the book. A couple of weeks later, after the book was read, I was offered a deal. Okay. But the name of the book is When Dads Cry. Why isn't it Happy Dads? Why isn't the name of the book, Boy, You're Everything When You Become a Dad? Why is the book named When Dads Cry? Well, I'm glad you asked. People in the white community, a white man is the head of the family. That's not the case in the black community. And if you want to ever ask yourself or question this, look at every commercial that you see with a woman of color. She'll be with a white man. You'll listen to commercials. I'll listen to one mortgage commercial when they said, "Dun-dun, cash is king, but you're a woman and you're a queen, and that's as equally as important." Woman of color. The world seems to understand the dynamics of the black community. And so when they market things, they don't market nothing to the black man as much as things are marketed to the black woman with a white man. Okay? So what does that mean towards an individual such as myself, men like me, that we have intellect, we have success, and we have morals? What does that mean to a guy like us? I'll save that answer for another day. But what I'm telling you is the world knows that in the community you call black, the black man has no merit when it comes to family. We don't. Um, we need women to understand this, and they choose they choose not to. And once again, the advertisement world sees that, and this is why you see commercials with women of color with white men, but you will never see a woman of color with the most wanted man in the community you guys call black, and that is the booty out nigga, because they're not running to, and they don't they I had a woman of color tell me one time that they're being ran, white women are coming at them at droves. I don't see that. What I see is that the number one father in the black community, the number one father is the booty out nigga. 61% of women of color have babies by felons. There's no stat in any other ethnic group where it is half of that. Okay. But remember, as a black man, I wrote this book, When Dads Cry, because having a baby can be both a gift and it can be a curse. Now, I said earlier that the greatest gift you can give to a man is a child. Children in the community I call black is a game. It's a, I'm gonna get pregnant so I can get this nigga. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It's a game now. Children are more so a game. Marriage, all time low. So where does that leave the father? May I suggest this? May I suggest you as a father, you bring your tolerance down to about an inch off the floor, almost to the point where your tolerance is nil. I'm telling you, um, I have dated women in my life. Nobody tells me what they tell me more than um, nobody tells me nobody tells me more than the individual that I am dealing with now, my woman now. You quick to cut off. That's the temperament in the community you call black. I've seen too many no good guys get treated the world. Now my woman gives me the world, so I am never talking about her under no circumstances. I tell individuals that the woman that I'm currently dating, Miss Hers, 50% of his and hers. The woman will worship the ground that I walk on, and vice versa. I have a woman. I don't have a ratchet chick. I don't have a chick that lost her feminine side. So I am not talking about my woman uh, under no circumstances. Um, so, but what does that mean when I talk about you as a father? Because having a child can be both a gift and a curse. Bring your tolerance down to about an inch off the floor. Have an extremely low tolerance. People, the reason why you need to have, I'm talking to you men now, the reason why men, you need to have an extremely low tolerance is because in the community you guys call black, children, it's a game. Um, it's nothing but a game. It's a 100% pure grade A game. Um, I know individuals that heard me speak for years and then go through something and then come and seek me out. People, I'm going to tell you something. Nothing will change a man's perspective on women more than the woman that plays a game with their child. A man, just like a woman, can be in a relationship with a man that cheats, a woman that cheats. You're not going to throw in the towel on love. But when a woman plays a game with the child, that is the ultimate deception. That is the ultimate. Um, Playing with a man's child means you're just a reckless individual. Um, I don't have nothing nice to say about you because you're playing around with two people now. Um, Children, the world don't want to believe that children are pawns. The world don't want to believe that um, there are disgruntled mothers. The world just don't want to believe that. I believe that in the community you guys call black, part of why this situation exists is because there are songs like Papa Was a Rolling Stone. One of the lyrics in Papa Was a Rolling Stone, it just throws me because they said, folks said Papa used to beg, borrow, and steal just to pay his bills. I know guys that don't pay their damn bills, but you're kicking dirt on a father. Folks said Papa used to beg, borrow, and steal to pay his bills. It's whatever. What's going on? I got Freddie in here. He said I've been watching Paternity Court, and there are some constant there's a constant wave of foundations messed up because women and their choices. Very well said. Let me read that again with a better flow. I've been watching Paternity Court, and there are a constant wave of foundations messed up because of women and their choices. Mhm. I second that. What's going on, Z7? He's in here. Hello to you, gentlemen. Um, so um, then there's I'll always love my mama. She brought me in this world. You only get one. What about Pop? Man, we ain't talking about Pop, man. Papa was out doing his thing. This song was by the Intruders. And whenever we speak of fathers, it's never in the good light. So it's always up to you, the man, to demand that you get the respect that you deserve in a good light. Once again, in the community you guys call black, the black man is not the leader of the family. All right, and it ain't even close. Um, you can go out on a date with a woman and listen to all the reasons and excuses that that individual will have, trying to get you to explain why she's close to her family. Last year, when I was looking for a relationship, I had a woman tell me, this woman was in her 50s, and what this woman said to me is, I'm telling you now, any man that deals with me, I'm real close to my niece, and I'm real close to my family. I'm real close. They got to understand. No other ethnic group tells you and give you disclaimers about how close they are to their family. None on the scale like we get in the community you call black. It's because black men and black fathers, we're not amongst the individuals to respect on the list of respect. People, I did a show back in September of 2010 on the Talk Zone Radio Network entitled "I'm Sorry, Miss Bradley." Miss Bradley is Mary Bradley. Mary Bradley is Atia LaShawn Bradley's mother. And in that show, I said anything that I say in this show, if I'm wrong, I will give Mary Bradley, I will give you $50,000, give you my home, and continue to pay the mortgage. Atia LaShawn Bradley listened to the show and put a restraining order on me. Put a restraining order on me. In that show, I said I was paying $410 a month for private school, picking the child up every day, eliminating after school care, which was $600, doing homework with the child every day, $30 an hour in tutoring, 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, $600 a month total for that. Then feeding the child every day, $5 a day, 5 days a week, $100 a month for that. Atia LaShawn Bradley, and I want to be clear, I had my baby with a woman of color, took me down for child support for $259 a month and laughed at me when she did it, and probably probably went back to her constituents, and they were like, "Yeah, that's right, get that nigga." And people, you can take this math equation to an entry level accountant. They would say these numbers don't add up. What idiot would fall? What idiot would have ran down the child support? But child support is the get a nigga system in the community you call black. That is first. You must walk on eggshells. You must be nice. If not, you're getting taken down for child support. I had so many individuals tell me they was put on child support for reasons that got nothing to do with the child. I'm talking about 500 when I say so many. I had one dude tell me, that he was asked to put both the child's mom and her mother on his cell phone plan, and if he don't, she was going to take him down for child support, and she did. You will be dealing with fathers in the black community. We will be dealing with individuals, and they will find any reason in the world to put us on child support. And in their perspective, in their mind, child support, the program, is the best way to raise a child. Well, allow me. Allow me to give y'all some. Come on. Allow me to give y'all the breakdown on child support. Please allow me. Appreciate you for being here. New to the channel, man. Please, by all means, hit that thumbs up button, which is my like and subscribe. So let's do it like this. $259 a month. All right, $259 a month. We're going to divide that by 4. If you divide $259 a month, that comes to $64 a week. Atia LaShawn Bradley took me down to child support for $64 a week. But hold on. When we say $64 a week, there are 7 days in a week, right? So now we got to break that up by 7. We got to divide 64 by 7. Atia LaShawn Bradley took me down to child support for $9.25 a day. Now, I can break that down more and more and more, but my perspective that I'm telling you is, what idiot says your input for raising a child, I'm cool with it being at $9 a day? A day. This is why I tell you individuals, when you're being threatened with child support, please increase whatever you did to get threatened. Please increase whatever you was doing. If you was driving them to work, and that day your engine blew up, and still they got mad at you. If you was doing like me, picking up the child every day, you never missed a day. You was paying for child school, never missed a payment. Keep doing that. Just keep doing whatever. People, the term they bite off their nose to spite their face is putting it lightly. Putting it lightly. People, I can sit down here tonight and tell you having a child is the worst thing that I've ever did. And there's nothing close. The worst thing that I've ever did. Worst. Worst thing I ever did. You can sum it up for any way you like. I'm a man. I'm logical. I'm testosterone. Really. Um, so, um, and it's the worst thing that ever happened to me because it was something that you were supposed to do, and I ran into more brick walls than any other task that I tried to do. Z7 said they'll take a creamy beer by 5 different dudes in the same night. No, they won't. They'll just be on Maury lying about it. You're saying that, I believe that, and you don't even have to be an accountant. Everyone with common sense knows that doesn't make sense. That don't that don't make sense. And you're right, Seven. I just say accountant because that is the ultimate guy with numbers, and you gotta be logical and say an accountant because you'll have an individual listening, and it'll be like, well, you never know what an accountant might think. So you got to say that. I think ahead. So, but you're right. How you know that ain't good? Did you take it to an accountant? That's why I say that. But I'm talking about a gift and a curse, especially in the community you call black. Um, the mere fact that we um, have a breakdown in communication with men and women in the community you guys call black. I mean, for crying out loud, we got twerking, Martin Luther King. I mean, individuals will find any reason to twerk, any reason to get up in front of people and have to do that thing where they gotta shift they pants. The booty is glorified. That you would seldom find a woman that says, "I want to be glorified by one man, not many." Um, you'll be hard to find that, but um, you just got to know what you're dealing with. You got to know what you have when you have it. I'm talking about having a baby, the gift, the curse. People, once again, the best gift, the best thing you can give a man is a child. There's nothing close. Nothing. Telling a man, I think we're expecting, is the best thing you can tell him. That's the best thing you can tell him. There's nothing close. When you decide you want to just be in a jump off and then tell them, I'm not talking about that jump off lady person. telling a man we're expecting will send him into a happy abyss that can't be measured or cannot be, it is in parallel to nothing. Let me drop some a news flash. Your coup de quat is just like the next chick. Check this out. Let me tell you something. If there's an individual out there that's a crackhead, y'all stuff is the same. If there's an individual out there that ain't got a job, y'all stuff is the same. I don't know what it is that individuals think that it's just some sunshine. They open up their kneecaps and out comes a ray of sun. No, that's not I ain't never had to put on no shades when a woman parted her kneecaps. Kicking some facts. Mills is here. He says indeed, and he said indeed when I said the greatest gift that you can give a man is a child. And then he also chimed in again, said, right, look at Cardi B, an epic failure. People, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna end it. And I appreciate you guys for being here tonight. I really do. People, I'm gonna tell you something. You will always have a problem with a woman that don't want to be a woman. And here's something that's hot off the press. You women, you will always have problems with a man that don't want to be a man. Go figure. How about that? Uh, I'm watching a lot of boys. I'm watching a lot of emotional individuals become fathers. Very well said. V says, very true. Simple concept. It's no way around that. You allow yourself to run around here and say, I'm gonna get me a thug, I'm gonna get me a this, I'm gonna get me a that. Ain't got nothing to do with a man. Mill says, I have a son and I don't know where I'm supposed to turn. You gotta. I don't know what you mean. You mean you don't have a relationship with your son? You're not seeing your son? What do you mean by that? Because listen, uh, um, well, the thing is, that's a good question. Mill says, how do I help my son avoid the future, especially with the with with him being a father, and and being a weak man. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell this. I'm gonna say this. People, the biggest reasons as to why kids go the way they go is because a lot of individuals treat their kids like kids. Kids aren't kids. We call them kids, but they're not kids. To me, kids are anything 3, 4, 5-year old playing in a sandbox. Anytime a kid starts school, they turn into young adults. Their mind is now open. Now is the time to feed them. People, I'm gonna tell you, for years I was telling my friends with daughters, and their perspective is, I'm gonna raise my daughter not to need no man. I said, nope, I was raising my daughter to understand her weaknesses as a woman. Now, let's think about those two concepts. I was helping my daughter understand her weaknesses as a woman. When she talked to a guy, he gonna smile at her and rap to her. By nature, she's going to succumb to that. She's a woman. She likes being told she looks good. She likes being told these things. That's a man playing on her weaknesses. So I taught my daughter when I had a relationship with her to understand her weaknesses as a woman. Every man, and I mean every man, except my man Tony Ficklin, because I learned how to be a father from him. Every man had this simple concept. I'm gonna teach my daughter not to need no man. Okay, what about needing some dick? And all of them, and I mean all of them, some of them, multiple kids by multiple no good dudes. And they got no good dudes because they're like, well, all I need is some dick. I don't need nothing else. Well, that's how you raise them. So if you can understand that perspective and that narrative, it's the same thing with the son. Help your son understand his weaknesses. Help your son understand what it means to be a man from the perspective of don't, and I mean do not, give into expectations of what women expect him to be. Women will expect him to, when they say I need and smile, he say yes. If I can put it simply and say this, um, there are lots of women out there that don't love you based on how well you love them. There are a lot of women out there that only love you based on what you let them get away with. You help your son understand that. Help your son understand if he's respected, if he's someone, if he's disrespected by a woman, apply that same disrespect and see how she like it. All right. I'll see you guys here tomorrow at 7. I actually got something to do tomorrow, again tomorrow. So I'll be back here tomorrow night at 7. I apologize. I couldn't be here earlier, but I got to take it down early tonight and be gone early again tomorrow morning. So I can't really hang out too much tonight. So I will be here tomorrow again at 7. And I'll see you guys. Enjoy your evening, y'all. Thank you for listening. And good night.